Welcome to the Parker Podcast Collection.
Welcome to the Not Watching Podcast. My name's Rob Howard, and this week I'm joined by...
Ian Bruce!
Yay!
John Marston!
And Marcus Hurley.
Hurrah!
Hurrah for all of us.
It's all of us,
Right,
listeners.
It is. It's Full House for the first time in months, which is cool.
ABC had their own apocalypse, didn't they, Rob?
Basically, ABC decided that Marcus had been watching too much TV.
Oh, that's genius, Marcus. That is genius, yeah.
So they just stopped making all the TV shows.
Cancelled everything that Marcus watched.
Yeah,
I didn't even
basically.
get round to watching the Muppets, but I thought I would. And they've just taken that way before
They were just waiting for you to start watching and then, no, pulled.
Yeah, so Castle, after 9 seasons, is going to... Has it
It's
finished
finished.
now?
It's gone.
finished.
I've seen it. I've
End of.
seen it send off. It was a messy ending.
But they did shoot that ending because they didn't know if they were going to be cancelled.
Yeah, that's
they
the scene that they said that they've got a scene they shot and they never wanted to see the light of day. They direct quote.
Right.
And that was it. And then they got cancelled and they just shoehorned it onto the end.
Okay. There are quite... I know we've just slated Reddit, but there are some quite nice fan theories that excuse that make it seem less of a bad way to end it.
I don't mind. I mean, everyone lived, so as far as I'm happy, there was no terrible ending in which a plane just flew, or something like a blimp just landed on Castle's house and everyone burned, or something stupid like that. They didn't just think, oh, fuck it, we'll kill everyone.
They didn't jump the shark or kill it.
But I just think, I don't know, and there's the idea people have been saying about the Alexis... detective agency, and they could bring the other characters in through that, which would be a brilliant way of doing it.
Alexis was excellent. She had
scary how she grew up though throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
But it was. I just thought it was such a good series, and series 9 was it series 9 we were on? 8. Yeah. It was poor. It was poor compared to everything else.
There were some sharks circling, weren't there?
Yes. But there is one episode in particular, a horror one, which I thought was just fantastic and the writing was on point. I think it's possibly the second to last one, or the one before that. And that has been one of my favourite episodes for a while. It's very Omen sort of based.
All right.
And I would recommend it. Just sift through the other stuff. Season 8 was a bit like, who cares about
Have you not finished it all then, Ian?
I gave up after kind of halfway through 7.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't.
It was a bit of a slog, but it kind of became our soap opera. So we'd sit down every week and go, "Is there Newcastle?" Yes, we'll watch it.
I think. We could probably speak for hours about Castle, but I think a quick summary for me would be when they got together, it lost its way.
Yeah.
Because it stopped being him helping her do the job, and there's a job, and they're having a bit of a flirt in the background, and then they're together, and what should we do? And is it going to work? And no, don't stop doing that, please, TV people. Just keep them separated and professional.
I find that whenever
you're right. It becomes a soap opera, and then you just don't really give a shit anymore.
No, and then they did actually jump the shark a little bit with her character when they kind of. It's probably you probably noticed when they. Yeah, I mean you'll see it anyway. It's not really a massive spoiler, but they kind of separate a bit, and she goes after this big bad guy, and doesn't fill him in on the details. And you're thinking you've just been spending 6-7 seasons. Oh, good lord! Google it.
Wow, my boss said that the other week when we were talking about
Jonathan Marston.
Wondering if Game of Thrones has jumped the shark this season.
Jumping the Shark reeks back to the
Happy Days.
Happy Days. It was an episode in which Fonz was water skiing, and then he jumped over a shark, literally doing that. And it's a terminology that means if the writers take a character or a show in a direction in which is basically outside of the box of normality. So say if Barbara Windsor and the Mitchell brothers suddenly opened a cake shop and were really nice to everyone.
Or started making porn.
Yeah.
So
with
just
each
for the
other.
novelty of it, rather than...
Or if
it's
they
part of the
maybe
show.
did a big
They
fake
just
out.
lost their way, basically.
Yeah.
They've lost
But
their way.
when a character does something so basically, don't explode at this, Rob. Basically, Batman in Batman v Superman, he jumped the shark. His character with the whole 1%. You know, if there's 1% chance he's bad,
he was
we've got to
shark
destroy
jumping,
him.
right?
That's a shark.
I think Martha might have jumped the shark.
Yes,
Martha.
Yes, Martha did jump the shark as well.
Dirty Martha
Yeah.
Farfa. Right. Okay.
I think
Yeah.
Martha
Martha
was
was the
jumping
fault.
one of those deep blue sea genetically engineered sharks. It was so big. It was
Jesus. Okay.
Didn't Glenn in The Walking Dead jump the shark a little?
No, I thought he was all right. Although
I thought-
the ones that I've
I thought
seen,
the
he's probably
whole-
dead by now. I've not.
They just keep doing massive fake out cliffhangers on that show. That's all that
Yeah,
is.
and
I don't
everybody
think it's
keeps
the same
watching,
thing.
so they're going to keep doing that.
Yep.
Yep, doing it to ourselves.
not anymore.
Yeah.
Well, not really doing it to ourselves, but those are people. You know what I'm saying.
So Castle really was kind of a victim of its own success, really. I think, wasn't
Yeah.
it? Because the main reason it got cancelled was just financials. Like, I think after that many
No, because
seasons,
it was
'cause
shit then.
they couldn't afford to pay everybody.
Well,
Didn't somebody already? One of the actors, Dana Katic.
two of the actors actually were going to walk away. They would have been back next season. The one who plays Lainey and Cake thingy.
Stana
Stanek.
Katic.
Yeah,
Katic.
Stanek.
Yeah. Yeah, she was let go for budgetary reasons.
But she was also
Alongside
a producer
co-star
for
Tamara
much of
Jones.
that series as well.
If you happen to read publications, there is a suggestion that her and Nathan Fillion didn't get on.
That
And
wasn't the
right.
case.
And also he was slightly concerned that it was becoming less about Castle and more about the other characters in the show. So he wanted to do season 9 on his own. Goodbye, Stana, you've been great, it's been awesome. Woohoo, I get to do my own show for a season.
Right.
It's all speculation. Doesn't really matter, it's all going to stop. Hopefully they can start doing Firefly stuff again.
That'd be nice.
Or he can be indie. That would work for me as well.
He already was in one episode for a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, Harrison Ford's got to die in the next indie film, right?
Yep.
Yeah. What's that?
And in Blade Runner 2.
And in Blade
And
Runner
in Blade
2.
Runner,
Yep.
yeah. So
Yep.
you can pass the mantle
And he's
on
also
to a
going to
younger
come back
version of
and
himself.
probably do a third. He's going to do a second film of the what's that film with Tommy Lee Jones? The
Men in Black.
Fugitive.
where he's on the run. The Fugitive.
Fugitive.
That's it. Yeah. Dr. Richard Kimball's
Except-
got to go.
But there was a Fugitive sequel, wasn't there?
Well, it was
With
US Marshals.
Wesley Snipes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
US Marshals. Yep.
Fugitives.
Yeah. God.
Fugitive.
They had an amazing stunt where he jumped through a window onto a crane thing.
I
That was the
haven't
only good
seen
thing
it in
about
so
that.
long. I might have to watch that.
It's a
Again.
terrible film. You might
It had Robert Downey Jr. in it as well, didn't it?
Did it?
Yep.
Jesus.
I remember that.
God, the 90s, whenever it was.
So, Agent Carter got axed as well after 2 seasons. I think I don't know. I didn't watch the second season. I know you enjoyed it, Marcus.
It was awesome. It was fun.
Yeah.
ABC have no soul.
They don't.
Yeah.
You've
It's almost
replaced
like they
it
only
with.
want to make good stuff.
What have they replaced it with?
Well, we don't know yet, really.
Well, but they have. Didn't they fart out a load of trailers for stuff?
Maybe.
Farting out means it doesn't sound like quality.
Well,
We'll find out.
who's doing the Star Trek TV show? That's CBS or is it ABC?
Yeah, that's
Probably
CBS.
CBS. Yeah, they've always been associated.
There
with
was definitely. Well, I can't believe I've seen this. I've been doing 15-hour days for the last 9 weeks. There was.
I've been crying because all my TV shows have been nerfed.
Yeah. There's been a load of trailers, some from ABC, I think, about it's kind of another end of the world thing, another goofy comedy romance thing, and just Jesus, really? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what they've got coming up.
Okay.
No.
You're listening to the TV podcast.
Yeah. Well, no,
By-
they normally have the
by TV
sweeps,
time.
don't they? They have the sweeps and things like that, and then you get the trailers come for. I mean, what are we talking? Are we talking like summer shows? Because a lot of those have already started, and then you've got them. Then they all go through to like autumn, and then a buttload of them start then. So I don't know if they'd be necessarily replacing any of these shows right now.
But one of them was
probably...
Designated Survivor, which looks fucking excellent.
Oh, okay.
Hello?
Hi, Daddy.
Who is this?
Your daughter?
No, that's not possible. My daughter's asleep, and I know that because I kissed her goodnight almost 2 hours ago.
When are you and Mommy coming home?
There are times when we make history.
It doesn't matter. You're going to be asleep by then, right?
And there are times when history makes us.
Good night, Daddy.
Good night, little P.
To ensure you that the same American dream, shared by our fathers, our mothers.
It's weird. Yeah, ours just went black too.
Secretary, you need to put the phone down.
Mike, what the hell is going on?
I said put the phone down. Is there some kind of explosion? The White House weird.
Mike, please, just tell us what you know.
Capitol's been attacked. Congress, Cabinet. Eagle is gone. Sir, you are now the President of the United States.
This is the most devastating attack on our country since 9/11.
Anyone claiming responsibility?
Not yet.
The guy's never been elected to anything.
Did you know President Richmond fired him this morning? Now he's the president. Maybe he'll realize he has no business running the country.
We're in a state of war. Tom Kirkman is not going to get us through this. What the hell am I doing here? I'm not the guy for this.
Is Dad scared?
Dad's not scared of anything.
Do you really believe I should step down?
I do.
You may be right. But for now, I'm all you got.
The world thinks it can test us right now.
What do you want me to do, General? Declare war? There are different ways to show force. We are going to do this my way. If it doesn't work, we'll try yours. You're still on my side.
My mom is on your side, Mr. President.
Whoever did this is just getting started.
Mr. President, you need to be stronger than you've ever been before.
Mr. President, you're live. 5.
I do solemnly swear
4.
that I will faithfully execute the office of the President of the United States. So help me God.
Well, I say fucking excellent. It's got Kiefer Sutherland as. If I just explain the premise, you can.
It's not going to be that fucking excellent, then, is it?
Well, no. The premise sounds hilarious, so I'm going to give it a listen. Apparently, or for the purpose of this TV show, when President's doing the State of the Union speech and stuff, they have to put somebody somewhere safe in case anybody happens to all of them. Anything bad happens to all of the ones that are gathered together. And something does, and he becomes the president. And intrigue and, no doubt, shoving his hand in people's stomachs to pull out microtape and stuff will ensue.
Amazing.
There's a longer trailer on there that makes it look okay, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, this one's 9 seconds long, so there must.
There is another one for Designated Survivor.
Well, I've added that to my watch later, so I can
find the other one.
Have a look at that later.
Oh, it's there. It's the one at the top. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just so highly resistant to network stuff. But it's Kiefer. Got to give him a chance. Got to let him make up for 24 season 10, whatever it was. He should be in 24. Damn it! Like Chloe, he should be. He should be doing that.
I didn't watch 240 episodes of 24 to see that fucking finale for season 10.
Me neither, so I didn't get that far. Stopped at episode 1 of season 10.
They're actually not even that long now. They're 12. So it's not even 24.
Half as good as it used to be.
Yeah.
Or half as bad. One of the two.
Half as drawn out.
Yeah. Half as preposterous.
So yeah, the Muppets also got cancelled, and Nashville, which I was quite surprised about because they did 4 seasons of that, and I thought that was
I thought it was doing very well.
Ticket show, but yeah.
Was
so
that the one with Anna Paquin? No,
it was the one with the cheerleader from Heroes.
Hayden Panettiere.
Hayden Panettiere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
She was in Nashville, right?
Yep.
Yes.
So just because I want to see how many reactions I can. You may have covered this last time. My apologies for not having listened to anything. Everybody seen this yet?
No, not the Lethal Weapon trailer. No.
For the TV Lethal Weapon TV show.
No.
No way.
Yes way.
You ready for this? You sure? Then do me a favor. Don't miss. Because I'm not spending the rest of my life with some tube coming out of my mouth because you morons can't shoot. So let's do this together. 1, 2.
What the hell are you doing?
Martin Riggs, we're gonna make a great team. We got a DOA in Griffith Park.
Is the DOA dead?
Dead on arrival. Does it mean something different here?
No. I just want to make sure there's no one else left for you to kill.
Just you and me.
I've seen a lot of crazy people before, but this dude is in a class by himself.
Who is it?
Nobody. It's,
Hi, Martin Riggs. I'm sure you've heard a lot about me.
Not a word. We're about to have dinner. Would you like to come in?
No, he can't. He can't. He got stuff he got to do.
Come on.
No.
I mean, it does smell good.
Oh, it tastes even better.
So, do you have any kids, Martin?
I do not.
But you're married.
If you ask me to change,
Not anymore. She passed away.
I'm sorry, Martin.
I don't know if I can.
She was a good one. Gave me something to live for.
I need you to be honest with me. Do you think Riggs is dangerous?
Very.
LAPD, put your hands in the air!
Don't What? I didn't kill him.
This man is out of his mind. Be safe out there.
Always.
What the hell did this guy do?
We questioned him. The guy fled, so we followed him at a
then
safe
he pulled
distance.
a gun on us.
Yes, and he
Right.
pulled a gun.
Tried to
what
shoot
we were going
us.
to do? We
What am I gonna
stop!
You are 50 years old, Murtaugh, and still only a detective.
I like solving cases, not kissing acid.
I didn't know what's happening. Who's going to be the two guys then?
Riggs.
Or is it going to be two girls? Or
No,
what?
Riggs is a guy I've not seen him before. Murtaugh is Damon Wayans from Last Boy Scout.
Oh yeah.
And I think he's pretty good for it. The other guy, don't know who he is. The trailer appears to indicate the movie will be the pilot. Or the pilot will be everything from the movie. And then
apparently there's a Rush Hour TV series as well happening.
Yeah,
it's
that's-
on
yeah,
already.
that's already out.
Yeah,
There's season 3
I
or
didn't know
something
that was
for
going on.
It looks kind of shit, mate. That's why no one's talking about it, because it's not very good.
Oh god, I'm going to end up watching loads of network shit again. Shit.
One of
Oh
us.
god,
One of us.
I've been
One
like
of
really
us.
under control like for the last few months. Been doing so well.
So we got Jump the Shark. Are there any other phrases that I need to know to be on this podcast?
I think you've brought your own, mate.
Shipping. Do you know what shipping is?
Shipping.
Shipping.
What's that?
It's when a man character and a lady character, you really want them to get together and do the sex.
Do the sex.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Yeah. If any of them come to me, I'll let you
Is there
know.
a term for when people, like characters, get together and they kind of give them the joint names? Like,
Benifer.
what's it
Benifer.
called? Yeah, like Casket. And who was it? Like Mick, Michonne and Rick.
I don't think
anyway.
there's a term.
I don't think it really matters.
It's just memes. I don't know.
Who cares?
Okay, I'm going to skip through some of this news. They cast the new Han Solo. He's going to be played in this film made by the guys that did the Lego movie. It's a prequel. How Han Met Chewie, I imagine, is involved. Anyway, yeah, it's going to be played by Aidan Ehrenreich, who's you might know from films such as Hail Caesar. Have you seen the trailer for Hail Caesar?
Yeah.
Say your line exactly as I'm about to. Just as I'm about to do.
Sure, okay.
Would that it were so simple.
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 My dear boy, why do you say that? Why do you say twere?
Well, you should say it like I said it.
Yes.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple. Would that it were so simple.
Watch my mouth. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Keep your head still. Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
I'm trying to say that, Mr. Lawrence.
Lawrence?
I thought a minute ago it was Lawrence.
No, we can use Christian names, my good dear boy. Lawrence is fine, just as I call you Hobie.
Okay.
So, would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple.
Would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
Would that it were so simple. Trippingly.
No, don't say trippingly. Say the line trippingly.
It's a brilliant bit of acting. He's very method in it. And he's one of the better things about that movie. So I'm hopeful. And I like that he's not been in too much that that he's too much of a face that we know. I mean, what do we think about the idea of a young Han Solo movie with a different actor?
Well, it's the only way it's going to happen. So
yeah, not unless they do that whole retro CG thing, but I can't see him doing that for a whole film.
No, because apparently the Downey Jr. stuff in Civil War took them the entire time that they were doing all the rest of that film.
Oh, really?
Apparently, yeah, that's why it looks so fucking convincing. Yeah, I won't say.
I think it'll be fine.
There's a young Downey Jr. in it.
I think it'll be fine. I was trying to think, well, I'm sure I've done that for characters before in Star Wars, and that was the fucking prequels, wasn't it? But
yeah, well, they've done a good Mon Mothma in the Rogue One trailer.
Yeah, but that's a different character, though. It's a different actress.
Yeah, so this is, but they've got someone who looks just like her, whereas this is different. They've just got someone who I guess they think can do it.
And with the hair done right and the waistcoat and shit, I'm sure he can look like him as well.
To be honest, we haven't seen it yet. I mean, he might do a really good young Harrison Ford-esque mannerisms and stuff. The voices, the intonation when speaking. Enough.
Yeah, that's what Ewan McGregor did, though.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'd kind of like to see him just be a cheeky chappy without trying to mimic Ford.
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that would get in the way of it.
Yeah.
Because there was another guy, the guy who played a young version of Harrison Ford in a film that I can't remember the name of off the top of my head. He was in the frame for it. Well, the internet, Reddit thought he was in the frame for it, but I don't think he ever was.
It wasn't young Indiana Jones, was it? Because that guy was a kid, literally.
No, it wasn't. It was this guy, but he was uncanny. It was almost like stunt casting in this, but I don't think he stood a chance. They need someone with a bit of, I don't know,
They need someone cheap, really, don't they?
Well, what about like Jason Statham or James Franco?
Statham would be excellent.
You could have Franco as Han and Statham as Chewie. That'd be amazing.
I think that they're both too old. Obviously Statham, and I know you're having a laugh, but Franco is. Even Franco, I think, is too old. They want someone that they can get a few movies out of.
Surely Seth Rogen could be Chewbacca and Franco could be Solo. That would work. That would be an amazing Star Wars movie.
In the Pineapple Express version of it.
What are you smuggling? It's just normal leaves, nothing else.
Yeah. Oh, Spaceballs 2.
Yeah.
Star Wars with fart jokes.
Yeah. There's another bit of casting news. Brie Larson is rumoured to be the front runner for Captain Marvel.
Okay.
After, I might as well mention it here that I saw Room the film she got her Oscar for.
Cool.
Which was very, very good. I think you would very much dig it in. Have you seen that?
Where did you see that?
I saw it on a DVD.
A DVD, you say? Okay.
Yeah, it's really good. It's about a film with a girl and a little boy, and they're just in a room. And the reason they're in a room is horribly dark.
The trailer for that looked really good in a horribly dark kind of way.
Yeah, but it's quite an uplifting movie, really. But
it's not just Fritzl's the movie, then.
No, I mean it could very easily have become that, but no, it's a very honest film, and definitely in my current.
Jesus.
I'd say it's top 5 movies of the year. I think.
Wikipedia, just for background for anybody who's going to rush out and look for this film, has categories like the tags for Wikipedia. One of them is films about rape. Perhaps not a date movie.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, but it's.
Don't say it. Should we just leave that one there?
It's not.
Yeah, but it's not real rape.
Can do. It's not a film about. It's not a film about rape though at all. I think that's really heavy-handed to say that.
I'm just reading what Wikipedia's got.
It's kind of a film about the consequence of rape.
Well, then it's about rape, then, isn't it? Oh, spoiler there. Well, yeah, but bit of a spoiler there.
It's not. There's no graphical depiction of it. So yeah,
but let's just edit all of that bit out, shall we?
No, because I still think it's worth talking about. But
okay. Just not in any detail.
So the room.
I just think that kind of cheapens it to say that it's just a film about rape.
I'm not saying I'm mocking Wikipedia for having that kind of idiotic categorisation for movies.
Yeah.
I just
no, fair enough.
Click here for other films about rape.
Well, I watched it because it had a certain high enough Metascore, so who am I to talk?
Right.
Well, they put all those sort of tags on because like trigger warnings more than anything, really, isn't it?
And it's worked.
Like,
definitely worked.
Yeah.
I suppose, if you watched
we're all talking about
we got triggered.
If you watch the film because you thought, oh, that looks good, about a film about a girl that lives in a room, and you found out that it was about that, then I guess, I suppose it's a red flag.
Yeah.
But I think you'd have to be very. Well, I guess if oh god, I'll shut up.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah,
and that's the bit at the end to edit out.
I started thinking, and then I was like, that's where I'll edit it.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, Brie Larson is possibly going to be Captain Marvel. What do you think about that, Marcus?
Wasn't she in the room?
She was.
Okay.
Yes.
The Marvel room? I don't know. Excellent.
Great movie.
No, to be honest, I don't really mind who plays her. Carol Danvers, I think. That's the version they're going for, Air Force pilot, etc., etc. But the more I learn about, I never followed that character, but the more I learn about her, the more I'm kind of worried about a film about her, because she's essentially so powerful, she's bored.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure an apathetic superhero is almost going to be like Hancock, without any of the other bits, just not giving a shit, and then, oh look, someone big and bad's going to come along
Jessica Jones,
and punch.
That
that's true, actually. Yeah.
Maybe she can hang out with her.
Yeah.
In the apathetic superheroes bar. It's just knocking back
whiskey and smoke all day.
Knocking back Jim Beam and...
One kind of neat thing about this, and quite aside from having won an Oscar, I think another reason she might be down for this is because she has worked with the guys who directed Civil War, used to direct Community, and she was on a few episodes of that. I
just getting their name now.
So I think she's got
the Russo brothers.
That's it. So I think she could work very well with that lot, that family of people.
That lot.
So so that kind of works out quite nicely. And the final bit of news is Warner Brothers have actually appointed some people to look after the DC movie universe.
Too little, too late, perhaps.
I'm thinking so. Yes, basically Jeff Johns and someone else. who is Greg Berlanti. Yeah.
I fear Snyder may have already done the damage.
Well, this is it. But he was like a bull in a china shop, just doing what he wanted and setting it all up, and like all these other films were going to kind of have to live off that. And I think now at least you've got a couple of people, and apparently this Greg Berlanti has got something to do with Arrow and the Flash and Supergirl. So he's been looking after the TV stuff.
Okay.
So I think him with Jeff Johns, who is quite a prolific writer for DC properties. I think they're gonna, so they're gonna be like the brain trust of it.
Yeah, that might have a bit of promise actually, because as cheesy as hell as the TV shows are, there is quite a bit of synergy between all of them, and they all. Sorry, a lot of the TV shows, the DC ones, as cheesy as hell as they are, there's a lot of synergy between them. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I got that wrong. Jeff Johns has been overseeing the TV shows with Greg Berlanti. It's John Berg and Jeff Johns who will be overseeing the DC movie universe.
Then they're fucked.
Yeah.
It's the end.
That's a quick edit there, isn't it? We're all doomed.
There's a great big comet heading their way, and it's got the Marvel Studios logo on it. And at the front of it is a great big hand with a middle finger extended.
Well, there's certainly some opinions there, Marcus.
I don't know. I just think they got it right with their niche on the TV channels, the network things. I thought they were smart to do that.
Isn't it?
Because they gathered a nice little following with the whole cheesy superheroes in spandex and all that sort of thing. Movies, God,
wouldn't it be?
What are they doing?
Wouldn't one of the things to do be? They haven't started shooting the Justice League movies yet, have they? They're still shooting Wonder Woman at the moment.
No, they have started shooting the Justice League.
Yeah,
I was going to suggest that
But
maybe they'll realise how Bats versus Supes has been received, and they'll just have a little rethink of how they're going to do the others. But if he's,
I don't know about that.
Okay.
I think they're too busy scrambling and they need to calm down.
I really hated Man of Steel the first time I saw it, but then I left it a year and I saw it again, and I really liked it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it the second time around as well, actually.
Maybe this will be the same.
They should just mug off all the main stuff and do loads of Vertigo.
Yeah.
You've got an agenda. You've got an agenda there, haven't you?
I've got an agenda. I have, yeah.
See what you did there?
Yeah, I didn't mean to.
I don't know, there's a chance if they've got these two guys on board now and those films are still in production, there could be, they could sort of like fight to make reshoots if they need to, or if
that's what they're doing for Rogue One, then that's a pretty big thing. Maybe they could, or maybe they're just going to be sleepy shoulders and go, well, it wasn't our fault, it was Zack Snyder's fault.
I really hope not. I hope they can salvage what's left of it.
Why, from a business point of view, why would they have to? Because people are going to go and see the Justice League movies regardless of how shit they are. So if they get them shit, they'll rake the money in for the shit one, and then they can make them again in 5 years and rake the money in for the better one.
I think DC are in a worse position comic-wise because they've restarted their universes more times than Marvel have lately.
Yeah.
Because they had the New 52 and that's all been canned because it was just poorly received.
Oh, okay.
The whole reboot
was that when they did it a couple of years back?
Yeah. It's been what they did to a lot of the characters. Lifelong fans have just turned their backs on them, including artists and a few other bits and pieces. They've redone it again. They've scrapped it and they've started rebooting the whole universe again. So I think they're panicking and thinking, oh, maybe we can do films because it seems to be okay for Marvel. But Marvel seems to have a problem at the moment now with their comic studio guys, with the guy who got booted from the films. He's now in charge of a Captain America miniseries, and he's now outed Captain America as a secret Hydra agent.
Oh, massive spoiler there.
Yeah, well...
It was all over the media this last week.
Care. So. Yeah, I know. I just think it's ridiculous. I think it's a mini-series. It has no consequence. It's nonsense. They're going to retcon that in a few months' time anyway, so it doesn't matter. And it's probably not as big as they said. Apparently, he just said Hail Hydra at the end. Yeah. You don't know the context
he may have
of
just been
whatever it is at the end. Exactly.
They've taken a single frame out of that and gone, oh my god.
Yeah. He might have been a double agent or whatever.
And also, perhaps, maybe it's worth remembering that none of it really matters. It's just movies.
I don't know, it's more interesting than our daily lives.
Well, I don't know. Yeah,
don't
probably.
stay angry over movies. They're just movies.
Yeah,
to your point, Ian, that they will keep shitting out turds because people will keep watching them. There is some truth to the argument that there is a diminishing return on that, though. Apparently, this year so far, we've had sequels to Alice, sequels to X-Men, and what was the other one? They were just talking about it on the Slash Film. I was listening to on my way home. But yeah, apparently they've all underperformed so far, a lot of these sequels. And they're saying, why is that? Is it because people are going for the first one and in their droves and then going, well, that wasn't very good and I don't want to see any more of that? Is it because they've got bad reviews? Is it a mixture of both? And so, you could point to the fact that, the Marvel films do the business because they're good films.
Absolutely,
still.
In general, yeah.
I don't know.
I think if you're bothering to go to the cinema to watch a film, especially something that's touted as a blockbuster, which the Marvel films undeniably are, you need to be firstly entertained and secondly leave that cinema a bit satisfied.
Yes.
Yeah, wanting
and
more.
To be honest, a lot of the ones I've seen, I've left. Even Age of Ultron, which I kind of thought was a bit, it was kind of... It was almost Iron Man 3.
It did have redeeming
maybe
bits,
Iron Man 2. But yeah, exactly. There was something
I really liked it on a second viewing.
That opening scene made my
Scarlet
jaw
Witch.
drop. That opening scene though of Age of Ultron, that made my jaw drop. I was just like, oh my god, the first 10 minutes of this film.
Yeah.
Where Hulk just goes through a bunker.
That is a perfectly more than adequate crossroads in that film series.
Oh yeah, definitely.
On a second viewing, on the first viewing, I was a bit like, I felt like I'd been beaten around the head a bit, and what was that all about? But the second time I saw it, I was like, yeah, this totally fits together nicely, and I really dug it.
Well, it fits together like a movie of that type, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, those Avengers films are just kind of like main event films. You have your storylines for all of the main, the main bodies like Thor, Iron Man, Captain America, and then they kind of converge. And then they split again, and the following films deal with the fallout from the first main event film. And that's what they do.
Yeah, well, and at the state we're at now, there's the big event films, and then there's they're almost like spin-offs to introduce new characters.
Yeah.
But
then they quickly integrate. It's like Ant-Man. I was not expecting the Falcon to turn up and for them to rock up at the new Avengers headquarters and that whole little sequence. So that more than cements it into the universe. It's almost beating you around the head with it, saying, yes, they are in this place.
I'm fairly sure I read somewhere that said that Ant-Man was filmed before the Ant-Man movie was filmed. His Civil War stuff.
There's a stinger at the end of Ant-Man that was part of Civil War. I think that might be what that's referring to. Is that an actual scene?
I thought it was how he was going to be in, because they hadn't filmed Ant-Man yet, and the director was concerned that he wouldn't just be like a comedy sidekick character in Civil War.
Yeah.
Is that?
Yeah, the stinger at the end of Ant-Man is basically a scene from
it's
Civil
the first
War.
one, isn't it? It's the Bucky.
The one
Winter
where
Soldier
he's going.
stuff.
Winter Soldier's chained to a thing. Yeah, that's the first stinger they've done that's actually a scene from another film.
Yeah.
Civil War. That's in Civil War. That's sort of part of how Ant-Man is introduced into Civil War. Because he goes, I know a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. Okay, I think we've veered into Marvel enough to probably end it there.
What a marvellous show.
So, this has been the Not Watching Podcast in partnership with notlistening.co.uk, where you can also hear myself and Ian talk about video games and virtual reality one day, maybe, on the Not Playing Podcast, and Adam Ash and Will talk about all manner of funny things on the Not Listening Podcast. You can email us at notwatchingpodcast@gmail.com, or you can tweet at or follow us on Twitter at notwatchingpod. You can find the show notes for this show at notlistening.co.uk, and if you're listening to us on iTunes, then please do give us a review. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for listening. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Hold the door.
Hold on.